Hey, what's going on, guys? MiniQ77B here. Welcome back to another episode of NASCAR Thunder 2004. This is episode number 70 today for the second lightning challenges that we'll be set to be doing today. We're going to be doing the veteran level ones today. As in our last episode, we just wrapped up season 2 and we crowned yet another champion. But of course, before we even think about going to silly season just yet, I do want to take a little bit of a break and just have a little bit of fun with the lightning challenges here. So let's just get into it. We're going to start today with the big show with Casey Mears. Casey Mears made it past Max Kenseth just before the finish line and make it to the biggest race of the year, the Daytona 500, with 2 laps left. Can you make it into the big show? Well, let's find out.
Casey, one of the toughest situations to be faced with is late in the 125s here in Daytona, and you need to transfer. You're right on the bubble. What's going to be your mindset with this target car if you are in that situation?
I'm going to hold her wide open, man, do everything I can to get up in the front and stay inside that top 14.
You're coming into your rookie season with NASCAR in NASCAR Winston Cup competition. Sterling's got to be a great teammate to have in that situation.
Definitely. Sterling having all the depth and knowledge that he has, and he's done this for so long, you know, it's really going to be a benefit in helping me and Jamie throughout this year.
Well, let's get in this target car and see if we can get Casey into the Daytona 500 through those tough 125-mile qualifying races. Let's get in the game.
2 laps to go here at Daytona. We have to get inside the top 15. So right off the bat, we have to pass David Green, who I'm not used to seeing in the 37, actually. I'm used to seeing him in the 57, and that's Mike Skinner behind us, not Ashton Lewis. We definitely got to get up there as fast as we possibly can, though. We only got 2 laps to do it, to get to P15 to make it to the show. We're not expected to win here. We're just going to try to keep staying on the draft here and hopefully get David Green to push us, which he does. Thankfully so. We're just going to draft him behind Terry Labonte, and hopefully we can get around these guys. We're just barely gaining on them in the straights, so I'm hoping the draft could give us a better suck. There we go. Down on the inside now. All right, we're having a great amount of speed now coming to the front stretch here. We've got 1 lap to go for our dual race, and yeah, that's just the way it's supposed to be for this race. We've got to make sure we finish in the top 15. So that's not really a hard challenge anyway. I've faced harder ones. But now we just got to stay behind Craven here a little bit to hopefully give him a huge shove, which we do. And we're going to pass our old friend of me, Kenny Wallace, on the outside. But he's fighting strong, though, in that 23 car. And we're still fighting side by side, but I kind of want to give him a tough shove. And actually, there's our teammate. I can't believe I'm saying this. Jamie McMurray, our teammate here in front of us. Try to use him as a draft to pull us up. And now we're going to come down to P14, possibly even P13, coming to the start-finish line here. But yeah, coming off of turn 3 and turn 4, it doesn't look like we're going to gain any more spots. We just got to make sure we defend for the last bit here. Back to the bottom, to the middle, and we won the challenge. Pretty easy, actually.
I give you an A+ on that one, buddy. All right, that's what we're looking for.
And we get Chase Montgomery's car as our next license plate. On to the next one. The next one is called Slipping and Sliding at North Carolina Speedway. It's starring Dale Jarrett for this time, as well as for Dale Jarrett and Kurt Busch fought hard to worn tires in the closing laps of the 2003 Subway 400. Jarrett passed Busch twice to get the win. You have 2 laps to make a pass on Kurt Busch to win. Let's see if we can do it on the worn tires with Dale Jarrett.
When we head to North Carolina Speedway, you worry more about how you're going to keep your car stuck to the road. You had a couple of challenges late in the going. You needed to keep your car stuck, and you had a guy ahead of you.
Yeah, I did. Knowing Kurt Busch was hungry for a win, and he was the hottest guy on the circuit right then, knew my work was cut out. But I could also see that he was driving his car pretty hard and that he was on the free side. And especially whenever he would catch traffic, I could see that he really needed to pass him on the outside. If he started to go to the inside, his car wanted to break loose. So I knew my best opportunity, if I could get to him, was going to be whenever we caught traffic, I might could slip inside.
Isn't it cool to be racing your car and have your car so well under you, knowing so much about your car, you can forget about it somewhat and think about what you need to do to get the guy ahead of you?
Yeah, it doesn't happen a whole lot, and I think that it's nice that these people know that sometimes we do have to think, just besides putting the pedal down, you know, that we got to look at what we're doing. But that's a good feeling to know that your car is that good, you're going to have a chance.
We're going to put you behind Kurt Busch with a couple of 3 laps to go. Remember, you got to think like Dale and see if you can get around him and get the win. Let's get in the game.
Track's going to be mighty slick on them old tires. Watch out.
for this challenge, we just got to take the lead, of course. We have to actually pass Kurt Busch for the win, but we immediately mess up turn 1. We got Matt Kenseth down on our inside as we tap the wall a little bit. Now Matt Kenseth trying to challenge for the lead. We're going to try to stay on the inside here, but I have a little ace up my sleeve going into 1 because just like in career mode, these guys are going to break early as now Matt Kenseth takes the lead. We still have to win the race, though. Going to make a sail pass on the inside. We're going to brake a little earlier because we're on the worn tires. As we slide up the track, that's not exactly what we want to do. We need to park the bus on the bottom, which we do, as Matt Kenseth hits the wall. We're still slipping and sliding, though, on the worn tires on the rears. We're slipping and sliding on the straights, but we're kind of plowing on the entry here. And away we go. The challenge is done. Just gotta make sure you're able to handle the old tires in order if you want to win this challenge easily. It's the EA Sports car that we get this time for, well, 2004, even though it's really 2003 in this game. Anyway, on to the next one. Next one is Excuse Me Coming Through at Atlanta Motor Speedway with Bobby Labonte. After a slow start on the final caution restart, Bobby Labonte nudged Jeff Gordon out of the way to win the 2003 Atlanta race. With 2 laps to go, make the pass on Gordon to get the win. Let's go do that.
Do you get a little extra bounce in your step when we head toward Atlanta?
It sure does seem like it, doesn't it? I've noticed that myself.
Your cars always perform really well there. You had a dominant car again this past March, but it came down to another one of those late in the race shootouts.
Well, you know, as you know yourself, it's a great racetrack to race on, and we've had some good cars there in the past, and this was no exception. That Interstate Battery Chevrolet was awesome, fast all day. Jeff Gordon got me on the start. Man, I had to get him back.
When you got beat into turn 1 on the start, what was your thinking? Did you say, okay, just chill out, you'll get him, or did you think maybe I can't chill out, I better get him right now?
I was pretty mad. That really made me mad because I thought, you know, I led this race for a long time. I've run up front all day. I had a good fast race car. I do not need to lose it on this restart here. So I was more mad than cool.
And your pass was aggressive and fun to watch. You kind of had to give him a little bit of a shove and made it to the front.
Yeah, most people probably wouldn't think that would come from me, but again, it goes back to having a great race car, great race team, having a fast car, and able to catch him at the right place, and you know, just gave him enough of a nudge to get him the attention that I was there.
You're in the car. There's 2 laps to go. Can you get around Jeff Gordon and get the win? Get in the game.
It's another pass for the win challenge here. This time in Atlanta, we have a very feisty Bobby Labonte we're controlling as here. No tires, no nothing. We're just got to be a fast car here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. As we already almost messed up the turn, as we just lost the nose a little bit. But we're already gaining so much time on the back straightaway. We're all the way in that draft. Give me that suck. As we go down to turn number 3 here, Jeff Gordon is still defending the bottom like he should. But we're gonna make a last lap pass here. Just like I think in real life, wasn't so sure. As we tap the wall, but we just bounced off the walls at a weird angle and makes us shoot us down the inside instantaneously. We're still side by side going into turn 1. We're gonna try to clear Jeff by the corner, and we do. We're sliding up a little bit. We nearly lose the car as a result. A case of plowing and also being a little loose at the exact same time. We managed to keep the car together. Now we've got to sail off turn 3 and turn 4. Make sure, well, we lose the nose again. It just got tight on us just a tad, and we scrape the wall and we win the challenge.
Good run. Too easy for you, huh?
Yes.
All right, that's what we're looking for.
And next time we got Elmo Langley as our Thunder Plate, another legend in the sport. And we move on to the next challenge. This one is Texas Shootout, this time with Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman battled with Dale Earnhardt Jr., barely getting him for the win. Make the pass on Jr. once again to get the win. That's a pretty short description, actually. Let's see what Mikey has to say.
Ryan, what are your thoughts on Texas? It's the fastest track we go to. Got any secrets there you'd like to share?
Well, the cool part about Texas is it's super smooth. I mean, like glass, and it makes it fun to race on, but at the same time, it doesn't take a whole lot to get the car loose or get out of control. But like you said, it's really a fast racetrack. It's fun. A little bit of everything is involved there, the drafting, the downforce, and obviously you got to have a good car and good teamwork.
Well, the crazy thing in Winston Cup racing these days, you can have a dominant car and find yourself, due to pit strategy or a number of things, not being able to get in touch with the leaders. Matt made a great call on pit road. What did you think when he said, we're taking 2?
We just we were in a position where if we took 2, we were guaranteed to be in the top 3 or 4 cars at the end of the race. And if we had a good car like we thought we did, we could challenge for the win. And fortunately, it paid off. If we'd have come in and took 4 tires and everybody else took 2, there was a good amount that took 2, then we would have been 4th or 5th, battling track position. 50 laps to go. You didn't know if there was going to be 2 or 3, 5 yellows, and it just seemed like the right thing to do at the time.
Well, it worked out. We're going to put 2 tires on your car, not 2 cars on your tires, because that wouldn't be fair. 2 tires on your car and see if you can get the win. Get by Dale Jr. like Ryan did. Get in the game.
It is yet another pass for the win challenge here once again. Well, besides Mikey having a speech impediment, suddenly, honestly, he doesn't realize that this is the easiest track in the game. Well, Jerry Nadeau's not that far behind us as well in the 01. Nice to see him up here. The car setup is just tight, I will say. It doesn't feel like my setup at all anyway. It's either that or the car is just a lot better than my career mode car in the game already. If we're making it pass him down on the inside already, and we just passed Dale Earnhardt Jr., almost cleared him. We're going to try to hold the bottom here in turn 1 and 2. Have to get back up the gas a little bit because the car is just so much faster than my career mode car, believe it or not. And we're clear. Now it's time to set sail. Anyway, coming off of turn 4, easy challenge for an easy track leads to easy dubs.
That was a great piece of driving. Congratulations.
With that, now we get a McDonald's for the create a car, but I don't think we're going to be creating any cars this time around anyway. On to the next one. The next one is rain or shine. I'll take it. Because this is a reference to what Michael Waltrip did in DEI in 2003. He won the Daytona 500 again, but not. I think even in our career mode, he won the Daytona 500 in 2003. So that's, history kind of repeats itself there. With the help of teammate Dale Jr., Michael Waltrip won to win his 2nd Daytona 500. Of course, that time it was in the rain. But with Dale's help, let's see if he can pull away from the pack and win the race. But we have a special guest this time interviewing Mikey instead.
Michael, you won the biggest race of the year 2 times in a row. How do you feel about that?
Well, we all love Daytona. I mean, when I was a kid in Kentucky, all I knew about was the Daytona 500, and I know it's probably a whole lot that way growing up in Long Island with you. All the racing's world attention focused on Daytona in February, so just honored. It's great to have the good cars that Dale supplies us and the DI team gives us. Just thankful to be riding in that car that's so fast.
That's right, and again, make sure your car is fast all day long and run to the front.
Well, you heard the man. We gotta work with Dale Jr. to make sure we get the win. But of course, we gotta play offense and defense. But it seems like we're gonna have to play a little bit of both. As we're gonna have to ditch our teammate Dale Earnhardt Jr. We want this win more than you do, mate, buddy. We want to win for the 2nd time in our career to win the Daytona 500 before you can even think about winning your first. Unfortunately for Dale, that means we're gonna have to go past him, and we're just let the blocking cycle commence for the next lap and a half, I suppose. He's gonna get in front of Dale here. There we go. Now we just go keep blocking both lanes because Kurt Busch is there all of a sudden as well. He's thinking about going for more. He wants to go down to the inside. Unfortunately, that ain't gonna happen for him though, buddy. You're gonna have to pass basically the best super speedway car in the entire game in order for you to do that. Yeah, Mikey in this game, he's okay. He's not great in literally everything else, but super speedways, he's the best car in the game. Him and Dale Jr. are the best too. They made Michael Waltrip a god in super speedways. His pit crew can't do crap half the time, but when it comes to raw pace though, he's the fastest. But right now, it seems like the high side is having the most momentum, even though the low line is probably the most preferred line in the game, and Dale Jr. is already in the back. He's outside the top 5 now. We're just gonna keep blocking both lanes. We got Kurt Busch there. We got Mark Martin alongside. We're just going to draft with Mark here to hopefully just keep blocking the low. He immediately goes to the high. He's trying to break my wheel axles, I guess you could say, in terms of like the ankles of the car anyway. I think you could figure it as the equivalent to that. We just got to let drift high and we just go down low. And Mark nearly takes a shot at us. I didn't realize it was right there. Oh my goodness, that was so much of a run. I mean, I guess I wasn't paying attention to the mirror like as well as I should. But anyway, but we still win the challenge regardless. Dale didn't even make it inside the top 10. Rip. And we get the spider template, which I think for some reason has some of the wireframes still left on there. I'm pretty sure that's kind of bugged from there. They left that on there by accident. But anyway, we head over to the next one. This next one is segment 1 for Lowe's Charlotte Motor Speedway, with Jeff Burton being the main star, or the main mayor of the show anyway. Jeff Burton's strategy of pitting on the last lap almost got him the win at the All-Star race at Lowe's. This time, Jeff Burton pitted with the rest of the field and is in 4th with 3 laps to go. Get Burton the win. Well, let's see if we can actually do that for you then, Jeff.
Jeff, at the Winston last year, your team pulled a strategic move to attempt to win the race. Tell us about how that developed.
Well, what we did, we looked at the rules for the whole weekend. In the Winston Open format, they had a deal where you couldn't pit with 3 or 4 laps left to go in the race. So we started wondering why that was, and we figured out that all you had to do is pit on the last lap, cross the start-finish line on pit road, and you'd win the race because you didn't have to get up to speed and all that stuff. So we put it into play. Unfortunately, our clutch was slipping, so we didn't win the race. We did finish second.
It was a great night. What about the Winston? Man, it's fun, isn't it?
Winston's awesome, man. It's a great night. It's an all-star weekend where all the teams go out and put out more effort. It's a short race. It's a lot of money. The only reason we go there is for prestige and for money. That's the only reason. There's no points. It's a great weekend.
A slipping clutch. Darn. Let's get in the game and see how it turned out.
Right, we got 3 laps to go this time, and we've got Jeremy Mayfield alongside in the front of us. We just have to watch out for the, if I recall correctly, we have to watch out for the very low side of the front stretch dogleg, because that will register you as out of bounds for some reason. But we got around Jeremy Mayfield already within a second here. We just made short work of Bill Elliott here as well. Now he's got to get around Jimmy here before the next 2 laps anyway. I think we have a good car to do it. Well, it's actually really not that hard of a challenge either. Just a simple overtaking challenge. It's just when the legend difficulty stuff is where you get some of the hard challenges, like the Johnny Benson one. I'm probably gonna save that one for last for the challenges for the legends for next season once we complete season 3 of our career mode. Oh, that's gonna be painful. I can already tell. Like that's not gonna be fun. I'm already regretting that challenge anyway. Like that challenge is honestly. Like that, and along with the Jerry Nadu one from the previous game, Thunder 03, I would say, like, oh my gosh, I think that one might be harder. Like, them two are, like, 2 challengers are actually, like, the same level of difficulty. I mean, at least they actually put the challenges in Lightning Challenge there. But, yep, that's done. Another challenge complete.
Oh, yeah. We got this one beat. All right, that's what we're looking for.
And now we get Barney Hall of all things. We got Barney Hall, like the other commentator that's up in the booth. We got him now as a car. That's his fantasy number 121. Anyway, let's get on with the next one. The next one is but I can go 38 with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and of course Talladega. Earnhardt went 38 laps on a single fuel load to win the 2002 EA Sports 500 with the lead and low fuel, block and lift to stretch your fuel 3 more laps to win the race. All right, Dale, you got it.
Talladega last fall, it was a great race. The DEI cars up front once again. We had a little different scenario, different fuel cell.
Yeah, it made it for an interesting race. Some guys couldn't make it all the way, some guys could, and unfortunately we had the better fuel mileage.
You had a guy right on your bumper, Tony Stewart. He was looking to win a championship. You had to feel pretty comfortable that he wasn't going to do anything too crazy behind you.
Yeah, it felt just like having a teammate back there, but you know, again, you don't know whether he's going to be your friend or not, all the way down to the finish line, so I was ready for anything.
So you got to be ready. Be on guard. You don't know if that guy behind you is your friend or your foe. Stay focused and get in the game.
All right, we have a little bit of low fuel here, but we got 3 laps to go in order to hold these guys off. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge to see if we can actually go the whole distance here. We're just going to have to block and just stay in the draft. Hopefully, because for some reason we get a little bit of draft ourselves once we're in a fuel load like this. So we're going to have to have Tony Stewart just push us from behind here. We get some of that actual good stuff, the draft anyway. Come on, let me sniff some of that good stuff here, the draft here anyway. Basically, this challenge is all about just blocking and hopefully you have the draft behind you to help you save enough gas just to make it to the end. So far, we're doing a pretty good job just holding off Tony Stewart. Just, you know, another manufacturer alliance in a way, but we're completely different teams. But maybe he immediately wants to ditch us. And I see Steve Park in the mixture there in the 30 car. 2 laps with fuel tank being almost empty. Oh boy. Hopefully we can actually make it there. We got got 0.8 left of fuel. I don't think we're making. I hope we can make it anyway, but it may not look like that we can. He's got to get to 0.4 by the front stretch, and maybe then we can try to make it. I might just go just pressing the button repeatedly. Just hopefully to God we can actually save a little bit as we keep turning on and off the gas pedal on the R2 button. Okay, so it's 0.6 now. I think we have a shot. Cause I think if it gets to 0.4 by the time we get to the front straightaway, we're good. We're probably gonna run up by the time. We're probably gonna run up by the end of the. Probably like around here. Probably gonna run out. Yeah, 0.5. All right, I think we should be fine now. Yeah, we're fine now. So from this point forward, it's just a blocking challenge. Just gotta make sure you block. Just like all these random Instagram people I used to have. Just gotta keep blocking them. Oh, but we finally got to the part where we need to block both lanes because now Michael Walter's right behind us. We're just gonna have enough fuel to win this race, but it ain't gonna be enough for any one of them as we take home the win at DEA Sports 500.
That's the way to win these things. That's the way to do it.
Now we got NBC Sports now as a sponsor to put in Create a Car, but we're not going to be doing any of that, I don't think. So moving on to the next one. This one's a road course with Robbie Gordon as the person to start the show this time. A slow start by Ryan Newman made it impossible for Robbie Gordon to catch Tony Stewart for the 2002 Watkins Glen race. We're starting in third to get past Stewart and Newman for the win. I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2 laps. We'll have to go see.
Robbie, a late caution at Watkins Glen. You're in a position to win the race. What happened?
On the restart, came out of, I guess they call that turn 10, turn 11 combination, and Tony took off in between the two of them, and Ryan, I don't think, was ready at that point to go, which then, you can't pass the car before you get to start and finish line, so that kind of put us a little bit behind, and Tony was able to get it far enough away that it wasn't a challenge to the victory at the end.
Well, you always run extremely well on those road races. Do you enjoy them?
I enjoy the road courses. For some reason, I seem like I've led the last, 5 or 6 of them every time, and something happens, either we catch on fire in pit lane, or last time had a bad pit stop. We were leading the race at Watkins, had a bad pit stop, came out 10th, had to move our way back up to 3rd, so that's the best we could get out of it. But, if we had it all over again, I think, I would have been closer to Ryan, maybe pushing him or letting him know that we wanted to go, and maybe Tony wouldn't have caught us off guard like that.
Well, we do have it to do over again. Let's get in the game and see if we can get Robbie Gordon the win at Watkins Glen.
Yep, 1 lap to go, and we actually have an actual restart in front of us, but here we have a rival Tony Stewart in front of us. That's not good. That's good news. We're going to be very cautious with the pass here as we nearly lose the car right then and there. Oh, it's automatic transmission. I can't even shift down the way I wanted to. Oh, Tony's a 54 rival, but we're going to ignore that completely and go 3 wide through the S's. Oh my goodness, we just completely stuffed them into the wall, and I believe we just ruined the whole challenge. But hey, we got the Rooster behind us as well. At least another decent road racer, but we just told Tony, like, hey, don't do that in real life no more. And we're going to try to go through the bus stop. We nearly lose the car in the back as well. The Ricky Run nearly loses it as well. It's just now we just got to hold off these two guys for the win. Coming out of the carousel now, we just got a great launch throughout the corner, great tire grip. I wish we had this when we were at the Watkins Glen out race in our career mode. We nearly had a shot to win that thing. It's just complicated issues occurred. I forget what they were, but they were completely complicated there. Anyway, coming out of turn 11 for the final time, lap 90 of 90, and Robbie Gordon will win the road course race at Watkins Glen.
That's the real deal right there.
This time we get Scott Wimmer as a create a car thing. Well, not create a car, like an actual Busch Series driver. And with that being said, let's just get on to the next one. Next one is slicing and dicing at Bristol with Kevin Harvick. Harvick made it through a huge pileup untouched when Robbie Gordon and Jimmy Johnson got together. Maneuvered the 21 car through the wreck with no damage. Oh, this one's going to be hard. It's at Bristol, too. And I can't go below the apron to avoid the wrecks. This one might take a while.
Bristol Motor Speedway is a wild racetrack. You're not even safe on restarts. Robbie Gordon and Jimmy Johnson got together, spun in front of you. You're able to snake through it. There's not a lot of room at Bristol. What's your mentality when you see something break out?
keep your guard up. I don't even feel safe in my trailer. But you just have to keep your eyes open. It's like driving 500 qualifying laps, and there's going to be something happen, whether you're in the front, in the back, in the garage. So you just have to keep your eyes open and make sure you got your foot close to the brake pedal.
When I go to Bristol, I'm kind of thinking maybe most places you think, okay, you need to be slow to react when you see trouble. You know, just let the wreck develop, watch what's going to happen. But at Bristol, sometimes quick reflexes are a necessity as fast as things happen there.
Yeah, it happens so fast that a lot of times your first reaction is your only reaction, and if it's wrong, you're probably going to wreck.
You heard it right there. Get through this wreck on the restart. Fight your way back to the start-finish line without crashing. Get in the game.
All right, the problem is if the lightning challenges, we need to stay in 12th or better. We just have to really be careful here. As we have a massive car wreck in front of us, we survived that. How did we not get disqualified for that by going to the apron? We have no idea. Literally attempt number 1, actually. Holy smokes, we survived that so easily. I thought it was going to be a lot worse than that. But we're coming home to complete the challenge so easily in 1 take. Nice.
That was awesome. So much for that challenge. That was a great
I thought I would be here for like an hour. No, I got lucky, I guess. We made it through. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of luck. And now we get the pace car as our driver to still select. And fun fact, the pace car is actually invincible in this game. No matter what damage setting you have, it'll be invincible. Next up is a green win with Martinsville with Bobby Labonte again. On lap 499 at the 2002 Virginia 500, 2 cars spun, and Bobby Labonte won under caution. This time, no cars will spin. Hold off your teammate Tony Stewart and Matt Kenseth for the win. Let's see what you have to say, Mikey.
One of the toughest tracks to hold a lead is Martinsville. You were presented with that challenge late in the race there last spring.
Yeah, it was exciting. I knew I had some good cars coming up behind me, and I started watching them in the mirror the last few laps because I knew they were coming on strong. I was keeping my line, but yet at the same time, Matt, Tony, a bunch of other guys started racing side by side. I knew when they got side by side, I was in a lot better shape.
How does that feel? What kind of relief is that when you look in your mirror and you see a couple of guys battling when they were supposed to be chasing you?
Oh, you know, it's always a good feeling. I mean, when that guy in third, he wants to get to second. If he can't win, he wants to get to second. So you say, oh, please be that way, because you want him to challenge that guy for second. If he gets up beside him, then you know you're in a lot better shape.
Well, the caution fell with just a couple laps to go, but Bobby had it in the bag at that point. This time, though, the caution's not going to fly, and you're going to have to try to salvage this win for him. Get in the game.
This time we got 4 laps to go to hold off these guys in Martinsville. Hopefully I can keep this car together, actually, because I always have a tendency to get myself loose like that at Martinsville, because I cannot drive this track to save my life with no assist on. So I just got to keep myself composed for the next few laps. So far, so good. We're holding them off here. We just got to make sure we win this race still. Well, that was a good launch off the corner. I mean, maybe this is what I was missing in terms of my career mode. Anyway, we need more grip on this car to actually keep competing in like this. But yeah, we do need a lot of power for those straightaways though too. Look how fast we're going, reaching 131 miles an hour down at turn number 1. Oh, we nearly just failed the challenge right then and there, actually, because we just nearly went down the apron across the grass. But right now, as long as we don't mess up the corners, then we have this in the bag. Coming off the final corner once more, and no troubles this time. With an easy challenge completion.
That's the way to win these things. Way to show everyone how it's done.
And yet we get another legend. We have Cale Yarborough this time in the Hardee's car, but of course they don't have the licensing for it, so they just have to put the Cale Yarborough on there, which doesn't make sense because Hooters is actually in the game, but they didn't bother to put it on Alan Kowicki's car. Why, I don't know. Anyway, moving on. We have about 2 more challenges, actually. This time we got worst to first with Darlington Raceway with Sterling Marlin. A pre-race engine change at a 43rd place starting spot could not keep Sterling Marlin's team from winning the 2002 Darlington race. Go from 43rd to 35th in 4 laps to start your charge to the front. All right. I like this challenge, just to pass as many cars as we can. Let's see what Mikey has to say.
NASCAR implemented a rule where if you change engine, you had to start at the back of the field. You tested that rule at Darlington starting last.
I was kind of worried about it. We had a real good car in practice Saturday evening, and got in the racetrack Sunday morning. They said, we got to change motors. I said, oh, no, not at Darlington. But the car really drove good and made it through the field.
What's it like picking through traffic at that tight racetrack? Everybody makes such a big deal about just getting around it by yourself, but you had to do it with 42 other cars in your way.
Our car just really drove good that day, and just had to be patient, really patient, not press the issue, because knew we had a quick car. And the first caution, I guess, Glover said, what we're going to do, and I said, it's terrible, can't drive it. And he said, well, you're about 2/10 quicker than anybody. So just we got them. So like I said, just be patient. And finally got away in the top 10, and halfway through the race was in the top 5, and then we got the lead and it was gone.
Well, you heard it. To win at Darlington, you got to be patient. Let's get in the game and see if you can be patient.
Well, we heard the lab. We got to get the 35th, but we got some Busch Series cars. We got Mike Bliss and Coy Gibbs in front of us. I was hoping to take one of their sponsors anyway in our career mode, but I don't think it's even possible for some reason, which kind of disappoints me actually. And I think we got Scott Wimmer up there, and this is what I was worried about. The checkup right here. We're barely just making it past. And now we got Tina Gordon and Ron Hornaday, not names you don't normally get to see in this career mode, in the career mode just yet anyway. And we just scraped the wall a few times, and patience, really, Michael Waltrip, because why have patience when you have the turn 2 checkup that every well, at least in this game anyway, people have a hard time keeping it together anyway, off of 2, because they got bunched up together and they all either hit the wall or something. They always keep just nearly killing themselves every time off of 2. But speaking of killing ourselves, we nearly get pissed off David Green in the 37 car. We're trying to get around him, because we still got 3 more laps to hold on to the spot. Well, I'm sorry, 2 more laps now. It's coming to this time. But it looks like we're able to complete the challenge kind of easily. We just got to make sure we're able to hold on to this for the next 2 laps. Meanwhile, we're going to try to see if we can actually get... We already won the challenge. We got to make sure we're able to see if we can get even further beyond. And finishing maybe in the top 30 here, as we're now we have a bunch of side-by-side together. And wow, Brett Bodine's really doing what he does best and holds up the entire field. Oh wait, that's Kevin Grubb, but he's not here right now. I just would say excuse me to Jeff Gordon, and we're now up to P30. Can we actually get a little bit more? I mean, we already won the challenge. Just make sure we don't beat ourselves here. Well, of course, we want more for. Hey, we got to do it for the content, right? As we piss off Ryan Newman a little bit, that's going to be a -30, believe it or not. Not a -60, interestingly enough. Anyway, P29 and another challenge complete.
That's the way to win these things. Nice work. That's another challenge completed.
And Ricky Craven is your winner. I would love to see that happen in this game. And now we get Richard Petty, of course, the man himself, number 43 STP Dodge, as a new playable character. He's the only other legend car that actually has more than one paint scheme. Anyway, on to the last one. The last challenge, spin cycle at Michigan International Speedway and Dale Jarrett. Dale Jarrett overcame a spin on lap 11 in the 2002 Michigan race for his 30th career win, starting 11th. Stay on the lead lap after a spin in turn 4 and make it to 32nd within 3 laps.
A lot's been made about the importance of starting up front, but you took starting in the back to a new level at Michigan this past year, spinning early in the going, remaining on the lead lap. What do you think was up ahead of you after that?
Well, I figured after I didn't hit the inside wall that I was going to have a chance anyway. My car was so loose at the start, it just got away from me. And I thought this is going to be a day that we're just going to have to be patient and see what happens, adjust the car. And it took about 3 pit stops to get it adjusted, and then I knew that we had a chance because of how good the car was.
Was it loose all day on new tires, or did you get it fixed after the start?
Actually, it got to the point that I got a little bit tight, and we had to come back because that kind of spooks you a little bit whenever you spin out. So I got it to the point of being too tight, and then we came back and got it freed up on new tires, which made it really good on a long run.
Dale spins in the early going, gets to pit road, gets out, and stays on the lead lap. That's your challenge. Can you do the same? Get in the game.
If you're gonna win this race,
well, unfortunately for us, we really can't stay here as we just spin out completely right off the bat.
oh boy.
And well, finally the caution comes out.
Both sides.
And we're still able to actually drive this thing, but of course we have to wait. We have to come down the pit road. So let's make this transition quick. Yeah. Well, you really don't want me to adjust anything. Actually, I mean, I think this was my setup for career mode anyway. That's what the 27 psi and the -1 is going to be. So we're going to keep it at that, and we're just going to take the tires and run. All right. With that being said, let's go claw our way back up to the field. Yeah. All right. Last the 32nd in about three laps time. See if we can actually get as many cars as we can here for this last lightning challenge. As we have, well, I almost said David Green. I was thinking David Green in my head, but that's Kevin LePage still. This was before our career mode timeline anyway. We have a little bit of a slow going on the start, but man, we're trying to make it so oh god, this thing got tight on me. Well, just like in real life, I guess we made it a car too tight, but we still got a long way to go though. We gotta get 9 spots in 11 actually. We have 2 laps to get up there. I think we could do it. Just gotta keep ourselves calm, cool, and collective for this last run here. Anyway, we got 2 laps to go now. We're gonna go 3 wide on the front straightaway because it's a really wide ass track. As Kyle Petty decides to try to be irrelevant for the first time in over a decade. And we're gonna try to go back down the inside more and more on the inside. And then we got Mike Bliss that's in the 20 car. We give Sterling Marlin a shove. Excuse me, coming through. And we got some of the Busch Series guys that are in here. I guess I don't know. They couldn't get David Green or something like that in there, and I don't see him anyway. So I see Coy Gibbs up there. I see that black and green 18 up there. I was hoping to take his ride in the black and green 18 before I even started doing this career mode playthrough, but I found out it's impossible. You can actually get the Michael Waltrip car, but not the other car. Anyway, we're still sneaking down our way down the inside. We're going to be trying to crack the top 30. Maybe we could try to crack the top 25 here. As we pass the late Coy Gibbs as well, we got Scott Wimmer up there as well as Tina Gordon. I never thought I'd say that name in this whole playthrough, but there is David Green up there. So I don't understand what's going on with all these Busch Series cars. I don't know if this was like in 2002 or what, but it certainly doesn't make sense. But anyway, coming for the start-finish line. Can we steal a top 25? Tina Gordon blocks us, but we can try to push her up there to get ourselves a top 25, and we do. We try to go 3 wide to sneak another position, and we just come off short. We finish 25th and complete the challenge. Bill Elliott is your winner. And lastly, we get the Tiburon track. Honestly, that's a fun track in the game. Tiburon is so much fun. But that'll be it for this episode anyway. Yeah, we got all the lightning challenges done for the veteran, and of course, once we complete season 3, we'll definitely get on with the legend difficulty challenges. And where is it? Oh, Lord. I'm not looking forward to this one once we complete Season 3 anyway. But that'll be it, though, for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. We just recently hit 350 on the subscriber count. That's awesome for you guys. And I do have some other projects in the works coming soon as well. So I hope to see you guys pretty soon as we will unveil a silly season video for Season 3 of our career mode. See you guys then.